What's up, Patreon and Spotify? We made an oopsie, and we're here. We're actually supposed to have released our Wednesday midweek episode extravaganza palooza, but alas, you are seeing this when it gets uploaded on the 22nd of January, which we are recording at 1 p.m. Um, we've made a mistake, and basically we just we weren't ahead like we want to be, and um, we just got into we did too much stuff. All right, too much life happened. All right, and there's lots of stuff going on, and we got some stuff cooking up behind the scenes that we're working on. There's a lot of things that kind of went wrong. So,
Yeah.
as an oopsie, sorry, I didn't mean it. We didn't mean it. Kind of thing. We're giving you something that we usually just give to our Patreon members, which we call them pre-games, pre-shows, whatevers, and these are unfiltered, unedited, like just segments of us talking about just goofy things that we want to talk about. It's kind of like its own little podcast with its own little storyline and convoluted details, and we just thought that it would be fair to kind of give you guys a taste of what that's like, along with also making sure we still post an episode on Wednesday. So this is what you guys get, and if you don't like it, tough titties, because this is unfortunately what we have. But, and I'll kind of talk about it a little bit. We are doing a recording week, not a day, a week. We're going like 5 days straight, recording, and
So
that's
this
gonna
doesn't
hopefully
happen again.
Yeah, we just don't want. Yeah, it sucks. Um, I don't think anyone likes um being stressed out over editing. It's not fun, and yeah. Usually, we also cut out the uhs and ums. So this is going to be really weird because you guys are going to be like, "Whoa, they say and a lot," which we do, but we cut them out and make us sound a little bit better. Tab much less than me. Usually for me, I see, there I am again.
You just
Anyway,
glitched out.
we're just gonna, unfiltered conversation, usually what we do on Patreon, but we're gonna do it on here, and you guys can kind of enjoy that. And I'll kind of let Tab go because Tab had something
Actual stuff to
that
talk about.
yeah, like real actual things that they haven't told me yet about. So this is me learning them firsthand. So
Mm-hmm. So let's start with my dream that I literally had last night. So to preface this, I stayed up for like a good, I want to say a solid 24 hours, and I'm getting old. And for those of you older than me, listen, I ain't built like that no more, okay? If you can stay up 24 hours and be just fine, cool. But me, no. I'm past those days. Did that a lot in high school. Not my thing. But anyways, so I went to sleep at like 7 p.m. last night and then woke up at 7 a.m. So I slept for a solid 12 hours. I feel brand new. My sleep schedule's fixed. It's amazing. But I had a very weird fucking dream. And it was actually the first dream ever that I think I had that it was like lucid. And so this was why it
mm.
was really crazy. Cuz I remember, so it started out I was in my apartment. And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to leave and go somewhere." Literally no idea where. And I turned around, I was like, "Oh, I think I forgot something." And I tried to turn on like the light, and I've been playing a lot of Phasmophobia to like preface this. And one of the ways that you know that a ghost is hunting in that game is you cannot switch on the light switches. Like they won't work. And for some reason in my dream the light switches weren't working. I was like, "Okay, I can't physically turn on this light switch right now. This is crazy. I have to be dreaming." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm dreaming. This is a dream." And so I was fully aware that it was a dream. And I was like, and for some reason that moment when it clicked in my brain, I could see myself like in that moment like standing in front of the light switch, and I just like smiled like viciously. And I was like, "This is going to be so fun."
Oh
And then
no.
I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna play along with the dream and just see where it takes me." And so I'm like, "Oh, oh no, can't turn on the light switch. That sucks. Woohoo. Let me just go ahead. I'll walk out the door. Everything will be fine. Let's see what's going on outside, I guess, because surely it's something crazy." I walk out the door and tell me why suddenly I'm at like a concert, but it's not a concert. It's like I assume with the like presidential inauguration just happening, because it was like I, it was like a political speech, but no one was like no political figure was actually talking. It was just one of my friends up on the stage doing like a presentation. And I was like, "This is going on in my apartment parking lot right now." And like, tell me why that parking lot was packed to the brim with people. And the presentation was literally just like words, like not even words, it was just letters and numbers of as if somebody was like spasming on their keyboard type shit. And it was like A0 at, and then like some more numbers. That's all I super remember. And I was like, "What is going on right now?" Like, yeah, this is a dream. Like, I understand that. Because, again, like I said, I'm just letting this happen. And I'm like, "Okay, well, let me see if I can change the dream into something different."
Oh boy.
And it didn't work because suddenly I ended up in a swimming pool at like a pool party,
Hmm.
and I was like, "All right, interesting." But it was as if the scene like switched like right before my eyes. Like I was just standing in this sea of people in front of the stage, and then all of a sudden I was like, let me see if I can change this." And then suddenly the sea of people kind of just dropped down into a pool. And suddenly I was also in the pool, and I was just automatically swimming. And I'm like, "What is going on? What is going on in here on this day?" And then I woke up.
That
And
was
that
it?
like yeah, that was it.
That's crazy.
And it was just I thought it was really cool because I was like that was my first experience with like a lucid dream, like me being completely aware that I was dreaming. And I thought that was kind of cool because I see like posts all the time about people that like find out that they're aware that they're dreaming, and then someone in their dream is like, "Don't tell them." Like, wake.
Yeah.
And like, I've had those dreams where like somebody has looked me bare face and said, "Wake up," and then I did wake up. But I wouldn't consider that a lucid dream because I didn't know
It's
I
like
was
the tail
dreaming.
end.
Yeah, I didn't know I was dreaming until they told me, "Hey, wake up." I'm like, "Whoa, that was crazy."
Well,
Whoa.
so off of that, that's crazy. I lucidly dream a lot. Like, I can definitely just control my dreams, and like a lot of times I'll like it's really like, so you know how like dreams are just weird, right?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
I feel like okay, maybe I can't completely control them, but like definitely aspects because so my grandma, I won't get super sad, I promise. My grandma passed away from a heart attack. It was really sudden. Um TLDR, we were doing yard work for her. This isn't in the dream, this is IRL. We were doing yard work for my grandma and grandpa. Uh my grandma got home, I helped her carry stuff in. We usually like it's not a rare occasion that we stay at grandma and grandpa's house, right? Like we're there a lot. So I'm just like here, she's trying to answer her phone. I help her bring stuff inside, yada yada yada. And we wrap up the yard work. I asked my dad, "Hey, can I stay? Like can I stay tonight?" And remember I'm like 16, 17 at this point. And I'm like, "Can I stay?" Dad says no. We get home. It's about I don't know, 8 minutes away or less usually. And we get home and then my dad gets a call that like something happened. I don't know what's going on yet, yada yada yada. And he's like, I'm going to the hospital, something's going on with grandma. And I was like, oh, this is about to like mess me up. Because
Yeah.
my grandma and grandpa were like my best friends, right? So growing up in a divided household, divorced parents, that happens, right? You get attached to grandma and grandpa. And they let you do, they feed you all kinds of stuff. They let you do whatever you want. Like, grandma and grandpa are usually based as hell. So, it was just a really sad thing. But for literally 4 or 5 years, however long it's been, up until last year, um, it's been a long time at this point. I had dreams about her all the time that were so realistic, and it fucked me up. Like, sometimes I woke up and would, like, ask my, like, grandpa and be like, you know, what's grandma doing or whatever. Like, almost like a delusional, like, I guess it was like a deep, very deep state of denial, but it was like very vivid, like, interactions with my grandma. Like, I talked to her and we
Mm-hmm.
had conversations in these dreams. So, it basically, fast forward a little bit. I think it was sometime last year or 2 years ago was the last one I had, but this was really, really weird. It was the only thing that I remember. Um, Sometimes I'll like write my dreams down so I don't forget them, but this one I didn't really have to. It felt pretty short, but we were in a park. This is so bro, I might be really fucked up. Uh we were sitting in a park and my grandma and grandpa come out of nowhere just skipping around like almost like you're frolicking through like a field of flowers. They're like doing skips. I'm like, okay, what the fuck is happening? And they just start circling around me like it's a fucking like tribal dance. And they just said, "We love grandson, we love grandson, we love grandson." I'm like tripping
What?
out. I'm like, what the
What?
fuck is happening here? And then they just fucking like something happens with my grandma, everyone's sad, and then my grandpa's like, we love grandson, we love grandson, we love grandson, just like frolicking around me. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And then I woke up. I was
Oh
like,
my
what
god.
the hell? And I guess that was like the end of it, because I haven't really had any dreams since then. But I was like, bro, nah. I was fucked up after my grandma passed away. It was like super deep denial, like super deep.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. That's rough.
But it was cool. I'm not sad about it at all. Well, I mean, I'm sad that she's gone, but like the dreams were super cool. Like it was kind of cool to be able to just like talk to her.
Yeah.
like
I
like
mean,
I think
hey.
I coped. I guess it was cool.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she was visiting. And you're like have psychic abilities or something.
Oh, bro, this is okay. That kind of leads me into my last little dream thing. I'm sure there's more, but here's the one. I think I do have something like whether it's with dreams or I have like a sixth sense or something. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people talk about this, but I swear I can like see the future in my dreams. Where most people think this is deja vu, I see it before it actually happens.
That's
So
called
like,
premonition.
yes, premonition. So like most people they have deja vu, which is like I feel like this has happened before or I swear this has happened before, but it really like psychologically did not. For me, they were dreams and there was one time in like second or third grade where I had a dream like a night or two before school where this kid dropped his pencil and just started laughing. Because I guess like dropping the pencil was funny. I don't know. I was in second, third grade. Sue me. Um, and then like a day goes by. I'm like, that was weird, and nothing happens. And then the day after, I get to school, and out of nowhere, I don't know what compels me to do it, but I this kid drops his pencil, and I immediately, like before I even see him dropping it, catch the pencil and he like looks at me and then just goes on about his day. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yo.
What was that? What are we doing here? I'm having a midlife crisis in third grade. I don't know what's going on. So I'm just tripping out. I'm like, I don't know, like 8 years old, six. How old are you in third grade? I don't know, but it messed me up, bro. I was like, and that was when I like found out I had like I didn't want to call it a superpower, but like I definitely had a lot of dreams like that where I changed the outcome of my entire life.
That's crazy work.
That was just a small one, but
There's one actually piggybacking off of that. Back when I want to say in middle school. So this wasn't like a dream or anything. It was just, it could have, there's a lot of factors that I still think about to this day. And it's going to sound really fucked up. But I woke up, normal day, getting ready for a shower. I hop in the shower. I'm like, all right, showering before school, cool beans. It was really fucking early, 5 a.m., because I had to catch the bus super early because I lived relatively further away from the school, so I was one of the first stops. So I was in the shower and this song like wouldn't get out of my head. And it was Burn Baby Burn. And
mm.
those were the only lyrics that like repeated in my brain. And it was just burn baby burn. And I was like, why I don't listen to this song actively, so I really don't know why this song is like stuck in my head. So anyways, go about my day, get out of the shower, I say go about my day as if I'm not just getting out of the shower. But I get out of the shower and I hear like frantic talking throughout the house. And I can tell that there's something going on outside, but I don't really know what it is yet. And I get out of the shower and my dad's like, "Hey, you're probably not going to be able to go to school today. The roads are going to be blocked off." I was like, "Oh, why?" And they were like, well, the across the street neighbor's house is literally being engulfed in flames right now." I was like,
Oh, holy.
I was like, "No way." Like, what do you mean? And so I started freaking out because I'm like, why was I singing this song? Is she okay? Did she make it out? To make a long story short, no. She actually did not make it out.
Oh my god.
But I don't. I don't want to say thankfully, but for lack of a better word, thankfully, she didn't burn alive. It was she died from the smoke inhalation, and the only burn I think she had on her was like on her foot. But I was like,
Whoa.
holy, like I didn't even know that was happening, and that song was stuck in my head, and I felt horrible for it for like a few weeks. And I was like, oh my
That's really
god.
weird. Maybe you like have that thing. Like I can smell when like rain is coming or is near.
That's just living in the Midwest, to be so real.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're valid for that. But I mean, maybe you have something like that because like I can smell like stuff all the time. Like I always like if you like if something's burning, I can usually smell it.
Mhm.
But like sometimes it's subconscious because you know, sometimes if something's really far away, you're not going to like actively smell it usually.
Yeah.
So maybe you have like something like that where like you like subconsciously like smelled or heard something and your brain was like, "Hey, you've heard this song once and it's
Yeah.
related to this thing."
And see,
I don't
what
know.
I think maybe potentially happened is because I think I remember waking up, and so my street light that was right outside my window where I used to live, it was orange. The street light itself was orange. So it would emit like this orange glow into my room. I want to say I remember waking up and I was like, "Damn, that street light is really fucking bright today." Cuz it was really orange coming through my window. And I was like, and thinking back on it, I want to say maybe my brain knew something before I actually registered it, and maybe my brain was like, "Oh, you saw orange? Well, let's sing this song." I don't know. I don't know. It was really weird. And I think about it quite often. More
Yeah.
often now recently than I have since it happened.
I mean, I think about stuff all the time, man. There's all kinds of stuff that I think about where I'm like, wow, all of that wasted potential. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, like I had a superpower and I could have like helped the world. Like, uh, no, but
That'd be cool.
yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff, right? That you can always look back and be like, wow, I could have done this differently or seen this a different way. But at the end of the day, right? I think it has to do with, at least for me, I think it had to do with like being a kid and just having like a super overly active imagination, which then stemmed into this ability to see things from different standpoints. And I don't know, just having essentially like a power where you're able to like kind of see the future of like, I wish I knew how to harness it basically. I think that would be really cool. Like how cool would it be if I was like able, I don't know. Am I like, do you think I'm like a what are they called? Yeah, a psychic.
Mm.
A
Mhm.
psychic. Maybe I'm just like a psychic.
Predict the stocks.
Yeah, if you guys see us get really incredibly disgustingly rich, it's because I've began harnessing my true potential.
One can only hope. It happens. I looked at my metaphorical watch when I said that. We need to get video going. That would have been kind of funny. That would have been funny.
Mm, interesting. Yeah, I just looked it up. Interesting. Anyways, um, You watched a movie.
I did yesterday in my sleep deprived state. I missed the last like 10 minutes of it. Wolfman, the new Wolfman movie. I going into it, I didn't know it was a remake, but now I know that it was supposed to be a remake, I think, of The Wolfman. It was alright. It was okay. From what I'm able to recall and remember from being incredibly sleep deprived and falling asleep in the dark, comfy movie theater, had reclining seats, by the way. That's probably what did me in.
Mm,
It was all right. I there was one specific scene in the movie. I won't spoil it because it actually is relatively new. I mean, it's almost a week old. But again, still just a week old. But there was one scene where I literally could not watch the screen. Like, it was fucking disgusting. It was literally sick. It was gory, if that helps. And, like, I've watched all the Saw movies, and I've seen plenty of gory movies, and none of those really bothered me. But this scene took me out. I was like, ew, stop that right this instant. I had to
really?
like close my eye. It was gross. It was something about it. I don't know what it. I think it was more so my brain kind of like imagining the pain of that. Granted, the person that was doing that was in a state where he probably did not feel the pain, but I was imagining it if like I had that going on and I was like, no. No. If I would have done that,
No,
that would have been
no.
horrible. I would have passed out already. It was gross. It was so gross. But it
Wow.
was a decent movie. I don't like um the way the werewolves were supposed to be looked like they were supposed to look. But I guess it was more accurate in terms of like, oh, okay, if this was actually real life and we actually did have werewolves that were a kind of a problem, yeah, those they would probably look like that.
You think you could wrestle a werewolf?
If it was like in the movie that I just watched, um, no,
I think I have no chance.
no,
I don't think there's a single possibility I beat a werewolf in my current state,
no, absolutely not.
unless I had a
Cause,
dream prior.
yo, no, it's like they have like superhuman strength or something. And they're basically like they which is really interesting to me, right? Because werewolves are supposed to be like a wolf man, you know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense for them to be jumping on top of shit like monkeys. Cuz I thought that was crazy. Bro was like, and this is not so much of a spoiler, but bro was crawling on like the side of a van, or like maybe it was on top of a van or something. No, it was actually
Mm.
on the underside of the van, now that I think about it.
Oh,
Yeah. And I'm like, if bro was a mix between a man and a wolf, he would not have Spider-Man abilities. Like, sure, okay, yeah, his claws could cling in there and hold him up, but no human and no wolf can hang by their claws. That's a cat thing. Maybe it was a cat man. Now that
I
I
mean,
think
isn't that what
about
a
it.
werewolf is? Or no, a werewolf is more like dog man, right?
Yeah, a wolf. A
Yeah, a
wolf.
wolf. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Checks out. Checks out. All right. Yeah. 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 All right. Yep.
Yep.
What a zinger!
But yeah, so that's why it doesn't make sense. Like, why are they so agile? Dogs aren't that agile. They are, but they're not. But
Yeah,
like,
I mean they're not like Spider-Man level. I don't
mm-hmm.
think. But I mean maybe the werewolf is. I don't know.
Like I just don't understand like how they're able to jump from the ground to on the roof of a house, a 2-story house, mind you.
Well, okay. I think because dogs can jump pretty high depending on the dog. So if this werewolf thing has like dog like capabilities inside of like man muscles, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sold on it. I'm not sold on it. I'm not sold on the idea of werewolves. I am sold, and I don't know if I 100% believe in them, but vampires. I think there's
Yeah,
something behind vampires. I don't know if they're exactly how they're depicted, but I do think that there are some like vampiric like beings out there somewhere.
speaking of, actually, have you seen Orlok? It came out
Orlok?
on Christmas Day.
What is it?
It was another
Orlok?
Orlok, yeah.
Like the pig from Dragon Ball?
No, like it was a remake of Nosferatu, but also commonly known in the SpongeBob episode about the hash slinging slasher.
The hash slinging slasher. No way.
The little like goofy looking vampire that like flicks on and off the lights.
Oh, it was Oolong. My bad.
Oolong, no way.
Oolong from Dragon Ball. My bad, my bad.
Crazy work. But that sold me on vampires. I was like, okay, yeah, I feel like vampires, and that was the whole idea of the recreation of the movie. I want to say director wanted to take vampires back to their original like scary state of how
Hmm.
vampires are actually supposed to be depicted as literal rotting corpses rather than like I almost fucking said no, I'm not even gonna bring that up. Um
Oh
I
no.
almost said a different name, but like Edward Cullen.
Hmm.
But I don't know why I almost probably because I'm on my fucking home screen and the motherfucker's staring at me in the face.
And then they made Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah. I did not say blah blah blah.
They really said, how can we make Dracula not scary?
Very that, yeah. But I like that depiction of vampires that they're actually rotting corpses. Cuz technically vampires are dead. They've
Yeah.
risen from the dead, type shit.
Wait, I didn't know they were dead. I knew that they were like really old.
Oh, yeah, they're dead.
They're
Usually,
dead?
as far as I know about vampires, it's people that were brought in from the brink of death, kind of thing. So, like, they were dead and brought back, or they were about to die and saved from death.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
That's just, I mean, that's what is in my brain. I could be very off base, but that's like what I know from different forms of media.
I mean, media. Blah, blah, blah.
Orlok was
No,
really good though. I liked it. It was really good. It had Lily Rose Depp in it. I thought that was sick. And she did fucking phenomenal.
not
So good.
related, but I've been getting into Dexter again.
Okay.
I guess that's kind of related with the blood and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um, there's how my brain works. But I was getting really back into Dexter. I was like, I think that was the first show that I was ever like, well, this guy is bad, but like he's also good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those shows where it's like obviously this is not a good person, but he kind of is, right? So it was really weird. It's kind of like when I watched Lucifer, where he's like not a bad person, but he's not like this great guy. With Dexter, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen Dexter, um, Dexter's a serial killer, but he only kills like people who have commit like I'll call them violent crimes. So like or they're like pedophiles. So like he'll like kill people like that. So like yeah, he's killing people and that's bad, but they're also like bad people. And I also don't condone killing anyone. I'm not a kill people kind of person. I'm not a big proponent in that. But I'm like, if someone's gotta die, I guess it's fine. I don't know. Like, but like, you know what I mean? Where he's like, he has a code of ethics. Like, he's not just killing random people.
Yeah.
I think the world would be a better place if people didn't just randomly kill people.
Yeah, fair enough.
And now, not much of a better world, but like, I don't know. But I was like, it's a really weird dance where you agree with Dexter, but you don't support what he does, but you kind of do. And I think they walked that fine line really well, which is why I think he's getting his like third series or whatever. Like, I can't say. I mean, there's a bunch of series that don't do it as well. One of them that does do it pretty well is Lucifer. Then you have You. I don't. The You thing is weird. Have you watched it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, he basically like kidnaps women and puts them in their basement. That is way too far. But I think it's because he has this like psychological thing. Like he's messed up. Doesn't make it okay. But I'm like that's crazy that they like I feel like they nailed that. Like to whatever those people feel like. I feel like that that they depicted it really well. And there's a scene where he's like on drugs that I can only assume I haven't done the drugs that he did, but I can only assume that it was pretty accurate because people were talking about like, whoa, they really nailed this.
Hmm.
I really do recommend watching it. I think you would like it, maybe. Uh,
You would like
Probably,
it.
yeah.
Ha
You.
ha.
But no, I was like, I always like, I grapple with stuff like that all the time because obviously it's not that deep. But I'm like, am I a bad person because I support Dexter in a way, but also don't like? But it's obviously not that deep, right? It's a fucking TV show character. It's not that deep. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. But like, I'm just sitting there. And I'm like, whoa, like I don't know. It's like heart wrenching. I'm like, ooh, I kind of get it. Like, oh, I get it. Like, I don't know.
You know what? This kind of makes sense.
Do you have like a character or a movie or show or anything that you like relate to? I don't know. I don't want to be alone.
Um, no.
Oh no.
Not off the
Uh,
dome, really.
yeah. Well, I hope someone can relate.
Oh, that's goofy.
No, but like it's really good. I really think if you like early 2000s shows, like if you liked Psych, you'll like Dexter, I
I
think.
never finished it. Dexter was just too long for me.
It is pretty long, and I will say it kind of falls off. I'll be the first to admit it. I think it kind of falls off. But uh this new series that they have coming out about him as like a kid
Oh, okay.
looks really sick.
Hmm.
And people seem to have very strong opinions on it, positive opinions on it. Um, I
That's
do
good.
think it's weird and big spoiler. Do you care?
No.
No. Okay. Well, if you don't want to hear about late Dexter, skip like 30 seconds. Um, Well, skip like a minute. I don't know how long I'll talk about it. It'll be less than a minute, I promise. Um, he like starts dating his sister or whatever, and I'm like, you're starting to lose me there, buddy. You're
Uh,
starting, you're really starting to lose me there. That's a little,
what?
I don't get that. I don't know if they're actually related. I think he was like adopted or something, but they might be related. I don't know. But yeah, I was like, you're kind of losing me on that one, partner.
Adoptive. It was adoptive.
Okay, well, that makes it, I don't care better. So, anyways, yeah, that happens, and I think that is like I started like getting like kind of vibes. Like, I
Yeah.
think they were just writing shit to write shit at that point. And it's hard to make, I think, anything last more than like 7 seasons, right? Like that's tough. Unless you have a really compelling story already written out. I think I think if you have 5 good seasons, you're killing it.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
I also want to watch Lost and Bones.
I saw Lost the other day, I think on Netflix, and I almost started it, but I was like, man, this shit's long. I have trouble with like long TV shows.
Yeah, I get it. It's a commitment.
Yeah,
It's a long, like some of them are really long. Isn't Lost like 10 seasons?
somewhere around there.
I have you ever watched the 100?
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah, I got sucked into that, and then I got to like season like 4 or 5 or something or 6. How many seasons are there? I can tell you where I got. Pull
Oh,
this up.
Lost has 6 seasons, 121 episodes though.
Oh wow, yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a lot. So the uh the 100 has 7 seasons. I think I got to season 4 or 5. I was like, this show is good, but they're losing me, bro. Like, I feel like it's just hard to make a good series that is that long.
Yeah. That's the same with The Walking Dead for me.
I
It,
just, man, you talk about it, and I really want to watch it. 'Cause I would love to be able to talk about it with you. But man, it's just so goddamn long.
it is. I haven't even finished it yet.
Really, you still haven't finished it.
No. We like take breaks. Like we stop watching it and then we try to find where we kind of remember where we left off. And then we try to resume it and then we get bored of it again and then
Um, a series that everyone should watch. Uh, go watch The Last Man on Earth with Will Forte.
interesting.
Absolutely one of my favorite comedy TV series ever made. I think it actually is my favorite comedy TV series ever made, like by a landslide. It is so good. I think everyone should be forced to watch it upon getting internet access. It is that good. And it is so incredibly funny. Him and Jason Sudeikis and just everyone in that show. Oh, the girl that plays Mabel in Gravity Falls is in it. What's her name?
I have
Uh
no idea.
Mab Mabel Gravity Falls. Who is she voiced by? Christian Shaw. Shout out Kristen. Sorry. I can't say my S's. Kristen Shaw. Very, very, very good actress. All right. And great voice, great actress. Will Forte is a comedic genius, and him and Jason Sudeikis are just so good. So go watch that. It's 3 seasons. It got canceled on the fourth, but it literally predicted COVID, and it really hit home the first couple episodes on what it would be like if it killed everyone and you were the last person alive.
Mm.
So it deals with like really like big themes, but stays really funny the whole time. And I think it's just a masterpiece. I think it was before its time, so it's it's just great. It's good. I think that everyone should watch it. It's not a long watch. It's again only 3 seasons. I think it's less than 50 episodes.
Hmm. I
Yeah,
might give it
good
a
show.
shot then.
Yeah, it. I think you would find it funny. It's got like your kind of humor in it, and yeah. Anyway,
Great.
I had to. I had to. It's just really funny. But I think I'm good. I feel like we've talked about things sufficiently. We got I you know, I could talk forever.
Yeah.
I could talk forever. I feel good though. I am we'll make sure that our episodes get out.
Yeah. Apologies.
Yeah, apologies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive us. Please don't stop listening. No, don't hit the unfollow button, please. Please. Also, which one of you fucks unfollowed us? Who was it? Which one of you
We actually gained a
unfollowed us?
follower. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, but this was a long time ago and I hold a grudge.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fair enough.
When we had, I think it was 10 followers, we went down to 9 and that wasn't cool.
Yeah, we would be at 30 now.
We would be at 30 now, unless you followed back, and then thank you, and I take it back. But for now, I'm sending Krampus to do investigations amongst all of our followers. So, if you see like a big Krampus looking guy, he's there for you. So, hope you're ready to deal with that, and hope you've been good this year.
Yeah, that. But
But
we'll
yeah,
see you
send us
Friday.
out. Yeah. Yeah, bye. No. No, we'll make sure that we get our episodes out on time. We're doing recording today, recording tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and we're gonna get back. And we got the other projects that we're cooking on, which if you want to know, I think we talked about them at the end of one of our episodes already, but you can find out more on Patreon, which we do one of these every single week, sometimes twice.
Yeah,
So
true
if you
facts.
like our little yap sessions, as one of these days, I'll like be able to say bye in less than like 8 minutes, but today is not that day. So but we'll get into the meat and potatoes on Friday, where there will be a real episode going up for your ears to listen to, along with a
Yeah,
beautiful pre-show for our Patreon members. So, if you
true
like what you
facts.
heard, check out Patreon. If you didn't like what you heard, sorry. Apologies for wasting 49 minutes of your time, or 50, or 2 hours, however long this was. But that's what I got. So we'll see you guys on Friday. Any last remarks?
No, you hit it.
Woohoo! Make sure you watch the Super Bowl commercials when they come on. Okay, bye! Bye, good night!
Bye. Good
Nighty night!
night.